Okay, man, let me just get right into it. If something funny happens, please, I would just tell the individual, just take the situation for me, please. I'm gonna just be real. If anything happened a certain type of way, just please get it. Yo, listen, man, let me explain something to you, right? All right. When I told you somebody just wanted me just to do a funny thing, and then please, you have to get that. But listen, let me explain something to you. You know, I don't vouch for people because I know there's this other guy where I was in Brooklyn wanted me to like call police on him, and I'm like, what you looking for me to call police on you for? Like, I don't do that to people like that unless you really do something erratic and then the police have to go check. But for some reason, like, I don't know if it was his timing or whatever he was doing a certain type of way. He wanted me to call police on him, but I don't do stuff like that. I never have plans. Let me tell you something. I'm the head of all spiritual guardian guides, the creator that made all existence, the reason of your social education, and I'm the head. I used to do martial arts, and I'm the head of all social economic systems, even when all social star charts. And I'm gonna be real, even of Asia, and I even spoke about it before, the Ninja Galaxy, but that's when I was Abbott White, and I'm still the head of the social star chart. But me, I would never endanger my life to put myself in jail, because that would be stupid. You know, why would a person as the head of all social star charts end up in a fucking prison? And then you have people that want to take my social economic system, where they got to be prevented and stop from taking my social economic system and doing things they're not supposed to be doing. So, when I say certain things like this, I mean stop from doing inappropriate or breaking rules, order, or dignity. Literally, and apprehended and then put away so nobody would ever have to worry about that shit. So let me explain something to you. The reason why I'm also making this documentary, because just in case something ever happens to somebody else, you don't want to grow up with individuals lying to you, telling you all type of situations, and then just taking advantage of your physics. So like I was telling you, now, this is the third video I'm making. I didn't load up the one from yesterday. I happened just to go on my phone and then look today, and the video was there. So I'm going to just tell the 5 and other individuals, whatever chick, we're in America, so I'm just speaking to the stars of the higher regard. Whatever chick was taking your mother's oath, let's go somewhere. Let me just walk a little further from this situation. Now, we're going to have to do a little physics here. Now, whatever chick was taking your mother's oath and dishonoring the reason of your social habitation, she caused me to lose like almost 30-something videos last night. It reloaded on my phone, and then when I looked at my chip that I had in the phone also, I said, wow, look at that. But I'm a man that's wonderful. I'm a real wonderful man naturally. But I was like, yo, ain't that funny about a situation? If it was another type of way, it would have been endangerment, right? But you have to know the difference to know what I'm speaking about. And I'm going to be real. Please, people, don't ask me no more questions. I don't really want to be making videos after I tell you what I'm going to be telling you. Now, if you have, say for instance, you have your spiritual guardian and guide, and somebody takes an oath to her. When I lost the videos last night, that was somebody that was stink in the humane capitation that was even taking videos. And then I'm gonna be real with you, I was on YouTube yesterday looking at certain videos on YouTube, and the things that was being said, and then the things I was seeing a certain type of way, it already seemed like individuals were targeting international security, they were targeting social economics, they were targeting social revenue, they were doing all type of things. And these are chicks at last minute that did it a certain type of way with individuals for survival. And I'm guaranteeing you they were on my digital system when all that happened, and it happened last night. So all of them was on a digital system. So you know how somebody says, oh, they secure the situation? It's just like if a person comes and say there's like martial law one day, and the individual, because you look at the situations that's going on, but if individuals got to clean up social habitation, you don't want them looking or viewing or mapping out a situation, and then on another note, at another time, they want to do their own thing, and then next thing you know, they're going after individuals a certain type of way, and they're just playing a front. Now, you see, a front man of honesty and upright is different. You know, I gotta warn you about the situation. But if you have other individuals that's already being a little dishonest here, a little dishonest there, and then they telling you all type of situations, then they go around, who made the mess in the first place to have to clean it? Now, other people don't even want to be bothered with that type of social habitation, because especially when it comes to the things that's going on with the presidency, with Donald Trump, when we're dealing with revenue, you don't want a person taking any type of loss or another person acting inconsiderate, and then on top of it, then you have criminal activity or criminal mentality where individuals are already did wrong things and then it's like trying to certify a point of taking one social habitation. It's like breaking into a digital system, certifying it, and then next thing you know, when you say a person get caught, they come out of prison so many years later, and then they start doing things little by little bit. And you know, and look what they did to the World Trade. You wouldn't believe what a person had me run into on the floor and stuff. I had all type of information, even for international security before in other places, and then they went after the World Trade to take down the social revenue of the social economic of marketing because of the world's bargaining. So now a person already went after individuals, so their fix is going to continue, because you can imagine they continued in their neuroactivity to their brain and to the physical conduct that just caused all these type of situations, even in a physical reality, and all type of other situations even at the time. So I'm going to just be real, because you have people that's manipulating points of positions. Because if I'm explaining something to security, national security, and then you have individuals that want to break into national security, they're going to already be wanting to make certain type of movements. And I'm a person that's even refining one's intellect of one's even humane condition, social economic revenue, and habitation, and even consciousness, even for repair. Because I told you, you know, meditation repairs conduct. That's all I'm going to say. You know, now I'm going to just be real with you, right? Now, if you have other individuals in a paradigm of time, and then they doing certain other things and stuff, and then on top of it, then they try to manipulate the digital system. And if they try to manipulate the digital system or certain things and had in consideration for other individuals, one has to be acknowledgeful about the situation. Now, if you have chicks that already made an oath, and then on top of it, they're trying to clean up. Now, I'm the pet of all social stuff, even creation. If you had a person attack Siri in a digital virus that almost wiped out the reason of her acknowledgement, even at a point of her own creation, but did it on a way where they remember my phone and what type of phone I have. They made her feel like, oh, it's okay, you're wonderful, this, that, and the other, and then on top of it, then they strike. When you have people like that, those are people that will literally kill individuals that's like assassins. So now you have individuals that's probably set in certain sequences that's doing certain things a certain type of way that's causing certain type of realities in the physical and a paradigm of time. And that's funny, because as I'm speaking, I'm thinking about reviewing something of myself, but I'm of something I heard before. I'm gonna review it after, but it's just funny about the situation. But now, if you have individuals that's already doing certain things, you got to think about the physical habitation. Now, I'm going to tell you, this goes out to China, this goes out to Europe, Dominican Republic, and other points of other places around the world that I heard as going through this coronavirus. Well, this is what I heard on the news of people telling me about. So that's going through this. So I'm going to just tell you just like this. You know, stay clean. If you wear mask, wash a mask even before you throw it away. Keep gloves on. Buy masks with filters. If you can't afford it, buy a plain mask until you get a mask with a filter. And then you clean it even still, you still clean it. You buy 2 or 3 of them just in case, because if something's really wrong with you, and then you're trying to refine your system and your habitation, that you could even have it checked just to make sure that nothing's wrong and nobody's sabotaging or doing certain other things, even to your humane condition. But if you're just throwing the mass, and remember, this is an earth, so if you're just throwing the mass on the floor, that means it still has your DNA, and it's still going to identify you a certain type of way. You got to do something to make sure it's clean a certain type of way, just in case it's ever getting checked. You know, I'm just being real when it comes to the situation, but I'm going to be real. You cannot stop people's social revenue and their social equality, especially if it's martial law. Certain things will still be operating a certain type of way in a majority, and then individuals do certain things. But you still can't stop a social revenue, because in case of a healing, you do not want to stop the process. And according to humane condition, anatomy, and natural conduct, when it comes to matter, a certain type of way, even in the physical reality, to want to heal one's self-habitation to one's natural conduct of matter. Because remember, we're in the year of the element, the rejuvenated conduct, even that matter that generates a certain type of way has to be of honesty, either or, whichever way you look at it, push or pull, even when it comes to foundation. So when a person's doing funny things, a person has to have real consideration to certain things that's going on. Now, I'm going to just be real, right? Now, let me explain something to you. Now, this documentary, I'm going to speak about feminine women and my children out there. I'm the head of all social star charts. So when I jerk off, or somebody has me, wastes my time, like imagine chicks that already been with other men. I explained this to the 5 and other individuals. Nah, pardon me, I just gotta wait for what's passing so I can hear, so there won't be no funny distortion where a person try to use an excuse and say, oh, this happened at this time and all bullshit. And listen, now if you have chicks under 6 feet and down that's literally manipulating men and being with men and then going other places and then destroying the level of foundation even to the earth, when it's getting to the intricate compression of the physical reality, and then on top of it, they're dishonoring me because of being their soulmate, and then on top of it, breaking their empress's oath to their social economic, to their different points of enlightenment. Don't matter if you're beyond highest, or beyond highest of all highest, or no matter what color of or highest, or quantum, or mega, or super astrological, or celestial, or ancestral, or celestial, or any inner points of enlightenment in between, no matter what social economic, solar system, galaxy, universe, any social economic, according to your star chart. Now, if you have a chick that's already lied to a man that says she wants to go outside and waste time and experience where not caring about nothing and just finally letting go and doing all type of things she don't care about and being irresponsible, when you learn the reason of conduct to be responsible through time, then you got to think about this. Then you got to think about funny situations even at the time. Let me explain something to you. When you have chicks that do funny things like that, those are chicks that's already saying they don't give a fuck about other individuals. They're wasting time and energy. They already caused the reconditioning in a paradigm if they already had Empress Oath, and then on top of it, or Empress themselves, and then in a paradigm of time while nobody's paying attention, been inconsiderate and then it went and dealt with somebody else, it already compressed another person to get hurt into their anatomy, because if she has an oath or a point of enlightenment, that's of a social economic system. Now, if she breaks that oath of the social economic system and people say she's no good no more, that means they're not going to want that social economic system, because remember, she was like the guardian of the social habitation, so they're going to say those type of people of equality ain't good at a certain time in the paradigm. So a person has to be considerate and think about that type of situation. Now, if you have a man like me that's ahead of all social star charts, and then you have chicks that's inconsiderate, and then I stay home and then I masturbate, you have a chick that's already pressurizing the purity, the reason of the creation of existence, to go forefront, and then on top of it, get themselves in situations and arguments. It's just like the Chi family, getting themselves in situations and arguments with each other, and then wondering what happened. And then on top of it, I'll be on one place, on another side of the world, on one place, or another place, if not too far away, or other places and positions, and then self-rejuvenating myself a certain type of way without a feminine being. Because remember, my wife is in the spiritual realm, and she's watching over all dignities of all social star charts. So now, if my wife is watching over them, and until I call it to manifestation, and knowing what Lovely did, remember, Lovely already broke. Remember, Lovely, this is March 22nd, 2020 right now. Lovely already broke her oath to individuals already a certain type of way. So that's causing me to hold it down by myself. Now, if you have a bunch of chicks that's voting, now, remember, in the paradigm, there were the reasons why the oath was also broken, because down to foundation and being inconsiderate, because of the jealous emotions of them not being responsible, another person probably having there's better than them that could actually hold it down, and then on top of it, they're just trying to get attention, and then they've probably been trying to raise individuals and revenue. So on top of it, you got to think about it. Now, if you have a chick that's literally has me jerking off, she caused your recondition in the paradigm of time. Because the oath was being held down. You could have had individuals, even if she was an empress, then I never had children with. That was just out of regard. Remember, you could have did an oath for her to hold certain things down in ancient times in the past, and growing up, not knowing what's going on. And then next thing you know, you got caught up in a situation of regard, even for your real mother, your real empress. And then next thing you know, it caused the fall of your situation, because you see what she did was so dishonorable and so traumatic. And then when you realize, and then next thing you know, you have people watching you, because the people that probably consummated with her or was intimate with her already helped her break the oath. And then they're scared that other individuals is watching, and then they're watching individuals through time. And then you have other individuals that did other forms of martial arts to other individuals in time. I'm perfect. Even if I put my hand on my child, it's never out of place a certain type of way. It's just right there the way it's supposed to be, even to their conduct. But if another individual does it, remember, their mother could be a lower point of reality, so it breaks down the pressure even to the crown, to a lower point of the reality that collapses the nervous system, that causes certain things. So a person got to think, even especially when it comes to situations like that. And then you have star beings that did martial arts, and then on top of it, you have chicks that's already doing a misconduct things. It's like where I'm staying at right now, there's another chick that's upstairs banging on the floor, and it seems like she's trying to give me a headache. Now, I said that's just a silly whore. You know, a silly hoe. I said, because I'm like, it's like a person that's going up and down the stairs all day, banging on the floor, wanting an individual. I don't have to wait. I'm perfect. I'm already okay. The reason why you have a plan is because of me. The minute situation, me being here, is even perfect, because the planet itself is happy that I'm here, because it still could survive. If I go somewhere else, I have to have consideration for the social habitation, for survival a certain type of way, and just to know certain other things. But I'm here for a reason, so another person can't even think about it like that. But I'm gonna just say just like this. But if you have a chick that broke her oath, she already has the reason of the reconditioning and caused the recondition in the paradigm. So some of you men that think that certain things can't happen to you, something happens to you, this is another reason why I'm making this video. So you can know, and you don't have people taking advantage of your humane condition and your consciousness, even when it comes to recovery. Now, I'm gonna just be real with you. So now when it goes either way, but I'm speaking to the men. But I'm gonna just say just like this. If you have a chick, and then on top of it, she's wasting my time, and then causing consideration for me to have to refine for myself, you got to remember, is the placement of you finding true love or comfort or the reason of even considering healing or helping somebody a certain type of way. You got to think about what's really going on even at the time, because remember, I'm overall, so I'm more than my wife, even the space empress herself, no matter what social economics or all space social star charts of space alone, and also the space stars. So now I'm the reason of their creation. So now if I'm more than my wife. So the pressure that's really being caused when a person's supposed to be with me at a time and doing something else with somebody else is just like the assassin is somewhere with another assassin, and then they're plotting on the social economic. This is why I told you it's like chess. You have people playing, just trying to get your social economics. They're trying to get your revenue, or they're mind manipulating you, playing you like Monopoly. Like they're just trying to get you into something, and then they take your situation from you. Because they don't really care. And this is not the place for it, because when I made the social economics, this is for education, recovery. And when I mean recovery for myself. And if something happened for my wife, a certain of my wives, a certain time, they will be able to recover. If you have somebody new doing certain other things, they don't need to know what's going on the overall situation, or what's the reason one has consideration for another individual and the reason of their existence in time. I'm going to just say it like this, because I'm just edifying intellectually and elegantly for individuals of stature that understands what I'm really speaking about. But I'm going to just say just like this. If you have a chick and then she's somewhere else with another man laying in another man's bed, and then I decide, I want to refine myself tonight, I want to be intimate tonight, and then next thing you know, she's in another man's bed, I'm not going to be with her because she was already doing the wrong thing. And on top of it, I'm a lover. I'm not a bedroom brawler. I'm a literal lover, and I have children, I have star beings. I'm not going to be bedroom brawling because of irresponsibility or ignorance of another chick and some other assassin that she was already dealing with, because that's how I look at them. I consider them to be terrorists and assassins, literally. You know, there's nothing else to say. I'm just being very blunt about it. We're in 2020, in the year of the element. If a person didn't have the responsibility to make sure the situation was clean and the situations didn't happen a certain type of way, now I have to be blunt with you, and I have to be raw and blunt with you. And I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a person. I don't really play games. I'm a lover in all ways. So either way, I'm just gonna be real upfront with you a certain type of way. Some of you may like it certain type of way, and some of you it may irritate your conscience, because you're already being looked upon as a fucking disease, and you're manifesting into what you are, depending on what you're doing. So, you know, to some of you individuals, other individuals, like I said, if you're gonna do something, don't antagonize the situation or make it worse, just for bragging rights and just for other things. You don't solidify dishonoring the reason of an empress, because the empress could have been higher than you at the time, and my wife could have been looking at the situation, and then on top of it, that just shows that even of certain things that happen in martial arts, social education, civil wars, because of disagreements, you don't need to be egging the situation, or how can I say this? You don't need to be irritating the situation to cause the situations that already happened in the past. So I'm gonna just say like this. So if you're trying to sleep with my wife and she knows I'm a soulmate, she wants to pass me by, she wants to say nothing, that's her disrespecting herself. If she's trying to manipulate and have her own secret life for other men, that's just people that's bound to end up in law enforcement hands a certain type of way, or in doctors' hands. And then on top of it, it may end up into a martial law or a civil situation, because then they'll be looking to identify doctors, and then they'll be looking to identify doctors, and then they'll be looking to cause an uproar in social economic currency, revenue, in all type of situations. Because on the top of it, that already shows you they'll already be, it's like a person you give somebody once and you tell them don't do it again, and then you only have it just to make sure that for your own safety that you're making the real income, but then they turn you into an everyday thing, and the next thing you know, it doesn't, when it doesn't work, it feels like it doesn't work to them no more. That's what they'll tell you, and then they want it for good, and then they'll start telling you all type of shit, and then next, try to map out your life, and then you'll be in real serious social situations, and then you'll find out that you should have listened to me when I was making these documentaries. So because the people that didn't listen are the people that broke the rules, because they don't want to listen, because they want ignorance, because they're already ignorant and they're in a humane condition. It's just like in the year of the 5, I'll tell you this. This is the year of the element. I'm not gonna deal with no dirty chick in a social habitation of dirt, and then on top of it, you're dealing with something that could be ignited even in light, in certain type of ways and forms, and then cause ignorant conduct or dirty debris conduct all the time, fighting it for no reason, just for attention. That's like a person playing with your emotions and doesn't really care about an individual. That's I'm not gonna say that's like Rocky, like the movie Rocky, because Adrian's a little different. She stayed at home with the children, but she already knew sometimes she wanted time to herself. But she loved Rocky so much, she always wanted to spark off his situation to be the reason why he ignited and did all type of things in his life. Because the fact is, she knows she tried to create a foundation with him for his own comfort, for her own survival. I honor that because I already went through it in the paradigm, because it's natural physics that's happening even in the paradigm with certain individuals a certain type of way. But I'm just being real. If you have an individual being inconsiderate and then on top of it, then they're irresponsible, and then I say, oh, okay, I'm going to go lay down and go do something for myself, and then she's with another man, the assassin that's causing your real condition is like, the purity wants comfort. And then it goes out there, I need it, this, that, and other, and does all type of right things, and to be upright and justful and say, oh, I need some type of love. You got to understand this. I don't want to pay for her. I want a certain thing. I don't want nobody messing up my sister. I want to go get this. But then on top of it is the purity, understanding you really need the eagerness. But when you find it hard to find, it's because the assassin was with the chick somewhere, both of the assassins, and then on top of it, you just seeing yourself in your purity a certain type of way, and then on top of it, you just want to be flamboyant, you want to be nonchalant, or you want to be charm. How can I say this? A form of like a don that knows what you're doing and looking for that comfort. And then on top of it, then you have to make all type of arrangements because another person was already being inconsiderate, and then they're just trying to assassinate you because they're trying to put themselves in a position to say, oh, I'm the one that's purity this, and then if you need this also, you got it. So, and then they want to be pleased, because if they already manipulated the reason of your conscience of your love, they're just setting you up for failure. That's like a chick that doesn't really care about the reason of existence, and then on top of it, she wants to play with my emotions, and I don't play games. So that means if my child doesn't know everything that's going on, his life is in real danger, because you're with a chick that if she was reconditioned herself and caused her own reconditioning, that's even more dangerous, because this is a chick that already did it, and then she's just living through it in the cycle. And then on top of it, if you get caught up in that situation, that's a chick that instantly causes your life to be taken if she even gets a chance or inkling on any type of situation concerning a point of consciousness and sacredcy. Now, you got to think about these type of situations, because when something bad happens and you come out to the brawl situation, usually when I'm being intimate with myself, I'm already clean. So I'm already doing certain things in clean conduct. You just end up in certain places, and then a person wondering, why they always gotta look at a situation a certain type of way. And then on top of it, it is already feeling at home, but you don't want to be manipulated, because at a time a person says, well, this got to happen a certain type of way, and then you go through a certain process, and you're like, oh, okay, so. But then when you have other individuals, now, I'm a person that's supposed to be living luxurious, but you have people living luxurious that's fucking up life, and the men that make creation not even living luxurious. That means those people are already being fucked up. They're already trying to cause the end of the world because they don't want you to consider what they already fucked up. And I'm a man that never fucked up. I'm a man that's the reason why you're still here and did things on my own without even entering a conditioning. And then you have chicks that's already mad at that wants to condition a certain situation. And then on top of it, it's just like, I laugh at my wife because I said, if I end up compressed or a compact situation, you gone for good. It's just like finishing yourself for good. And that's beyond stupid because another person look at you for all the things that a man showed you. That's what you did to a man that was already more than you. Don't you think he deserved more than that? Because he let you, it's just like blessing you, giving you something for you could know what life was, and then you try to take away because of your stupidity. That's all people already know. There's no hiding something like that. They can't hide something like that. They're already gonna know. So a person has to think about that, or their life. And I don't really care because I tell an individual they're already doing it to themselves because I'm already their head. The reason of their comfortability. So a person has to even be delicate with themselves. And once they lose that control of that delicacy with themselves, that's too bad for them. Now, I'm gonna just say, I'm being real. Now, if you have me touching myself, that means the children out there, if you ended up in another household and grew up with other parents or your older brother or your older sister, because I have feminine children, but they're you can tell they're my child. I'll know instant when I see them. You can't stop them because they already humble the situation automatically. So now I'm gonna just be real with you. Now, if another man, if you happen to be with your brother, you happen to be with your sister, and then you being reconditioned at a time, you don't do certain things because they already see the inconsideration of the social habitation that I'm in the PArIDe. I'm the real Rana, real Osiris. Now, they already see the inconsideration that I'm in with social habitation with inconsiderate feminine beings that didn't care about the reason of existence through time because they just wanted to be spiteful and they just wanted to be irresponsible, and then on top of it cause all this that's passing in front of me, you're gonna get it. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I'm just hoping you. I don't give a fuck. It's gonna sit down. It's gonna say, why was it moving in the year of the element, reflecting in elements with lights at a time where I'm making videos and I'm recovering, and in the direction they're coming from already is a place I already received a traumatic experience. So if you do not get it, your life will be in danger, and I'm speaking to law enforcement. And look at the things we're going through right now, and you're speaking about coronavirus. You better start thinking about how serious this is. Those are people that's already in social economics that already broke the rules. It's just like what happened in Europe and England already. You already had people that went after the individuals of the high family, majestic, majesty families, royals, imperials, and I witnessed it, and I know about it, and then on top of it, then you have them say, oh, if you have a person acting erratic in their consciousness, you need to check the situation. Because they're not the outer regard. You got to think about what's important is the outer regard that's making sure I'm okay. And if you see something that can't happen, they can't go up, you check with me to make sure that I'm not the one that did something that caused them not to go up. Or if I did, then you just explain to them, and then I'll explain to them what they need to know. And then on top of it, then you need to check if anybody else had something to do with it. Because I'm going to just be real. Sometimes a person be like, why you bring down stars, Rob? You don't need to know the reason of their existence or what's going on with their time of existence with me. You don't need to know certain things. Certain things happen naturally because I made sure of it. Be careful of what the fuck you look into.